Hi, hello everybody. Let me change my settings on YouTube because I know that I still have the thing on, the night vision thing. Okay. Hello, Giselle. Is it Giselle? You came right on time, girl. Just the very day that I decided to do a reading, you came in. Hi, hello everybody. Hi, TikTok. Nice to see you. Hello, yes, I haven't done this one in a while. The last time I did it was when you were live with me. I miss you too, girl. I miss you too. Thank you. I've been coming on live a lot, but this particular live that I'm doing today, the last time I did it was when you were on live. So the alignment, is beautiful. Okay, everybody. So today, this is something that has been requested of me for months and months. Giselle is one of the people that requested it as well. And when I've been live these past days, two people have been requesting that as well, which is for us to just do a reading. All of us reading. Somebody put a question in the chat and we pull out a card and we talk about it. With me, I have 3 cards here, right? African inspired tarot cards. This one is Asset Egyptian. And then my favorite deck, which is the African Goddess Rising. And my second favorite, which is the Isis Oracle. And so I can pull a card and we just start. Let me see here. Okay. I can pull a card and we just start, or somebody can just put a question in the chat and we start with that, right? I also have 2 more that I have used a lot. You've seen me use it if you join the lives regularly, which is How to Love Yourself, and this is by Louise Hay, and the Guardian Angel cards. And I don't know who wrote. Tony wrote that one. Okay. So as always, I just pull a card, and if you have a question, put it in the chat, and we can do a reading for you, right? And we can have a question. How to make peace with a co-worker, and why is she threatened? Why is she threatened? And how to make peace with a co-worker. Making peace with somebody it usually starts from making peace with ourselves. Let's do the guardian angel card for that. Making peace with somebody, it's usually making peace with ourselves, right? And making peace with ourselves to the point where we're okay with not being liked, we're okay with not being seen, we're okay when somebody doesn't give us the validation that we're looking for. When you completely make peace with yourself, you don't want to be right, you don't care if you're wrong, you are just fine with yourself. No matter what happens, you're just okay. You make peace with yourself. That way, the next person, hi Afrocentric, welcome. The next person, right? Your coworker. If they are wrong, you're fine. You let them be. If they judge you, it's fine. You let them be. If they don't like you, you're fine with it as well. No matter what they do and who they are and how they act, you just let them be. You make peace with them, no matter what they do to you. Hello. Hi, thank you. Bantu, yeah? Thank you. Right? That's how you make peace with that person. You don't seek their validation. You're not trying to have closure from them. You're not trying to get them to apologize or anything. Now, people usually get threatened if they can see the power in you. Maybe you don't see it in yourself, but they see something in you that you don't see in yourself. There's something about you that reminds them of an aspect of themselves that maybe they are running away from, that they are not spiritual there yet, something like that. But when you make peace with yourself, then you'll be able to see what threatens them. For example, one thing that I see about myself, right? Making peace with myself is that I really, really have a positive mindset. Positive to the point that a lot of people think that I am naive. Now, I used to fight that, trying to act like I am not naive, that I am smart, trying to show it. But when I began to realize the issue is that no matter what I am going through in my life, and no matter how much my life is falling apart, I have this power or this way of thinking where I'm like, everything will be fine. God is with me. My ancestors are with me. Can you save this live? Yes, I will. I'm recording on YouTube as well. So when I'm done, I can send it in the Telegram chat and then you can access it there. I'm live on YouTube as well. So it will be there on the playlist as well. So when I began to see that my positivity had nothing to do with being naive, right? I have been through so much in my life and enough in my life where I can see that I have been here before. No matter what happens, I can reflect and look back into my life and be able to see that this has happened before. So there's something I need to learn here, or there's something that I need to break. And I can still move forward. So I stopped fighting people because I made peace with myself, and I began to see how my positivity threatened other people. Because when people are losing their mind, at least the people around me, about certain things, and I am so calm about it, I have been told that I feel like I'm better than people, or I act like I am better than people. I act like I am all that. And sometimes I have to tell people, no, my life is falling apart, but I just know that everything will be fine. So it threatens people when I'm just calm in the midst of the storm, right? And that reminds me of before, Giselle, I will do this one for you. I will do the guardian angel for you. And it's interesting. The cards don't usually flip like this, but this one here says positive change, and here it said affirmation. But just talking about the storm, right? It reminds me of the Yemaya card. And I'm not going to shuffle it. I'm just going to pull the Yemaya guidance here and read it because that came to mind. Yes, Yemaya, awakening. It says, was it Yemaya? Wake up, awaken now to your true self. Are those tears of joy or sorrow? Let them out. Yemaya swallows your tears. You are vibrating at a higher frequency, so you see everything differently. Even vibrating at a higher frequency can threaten people. You might not even know that you are vibrating at a higher frequency. This is Goddess Rising. You are waking up, and once you have experienced awakening, you can never go back to not knowing. The path to awakening is not straight, comfortable, or easy. You have chosen to lift the veil and have a real relationship with the divine. And just that question, making peace with the coworker, it starts from making peace with yourself. And that's a relationship with yourself. A relationship with yourself is a relationship with the divine. in my experience and in my journey. You didn't come to transcend this world while you're living in it. You came here to dig into the soil, plant yourself, and grow. This ascension is your divine purpose. And the declaration is I am receiving and radiating love. Right? What name am I seeing? DJ Rock. DJ Rock sounds like the very funny DJ that I follow on Instagram, and he posts all these funny memes. Okay, Giselle, are you here? Let's do the guidance angel card, and we'll do one for you and see what it is. Yeah. So if you put a question in the chat, I will pull a card. TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. If you put a question in the chat, I'll just pull a card and we will discuss it. I see the name Maya. Maya reminds me of this gorgeous girl that I knew in New York, and we used to work together and hang out. Okay, so the card that came out is encouragement. Encouragement. My fingernails look yellow because I did a turmeric. You're very welcome. I did a turmeric mask, and as I was taking it off, all my fingernails got yellow. Okay, encouragement. It says, your love is invaluable to the art and to those around you. Art, art, art. Not A-R-T. Sissy, Maria Mafay. Hi, which Sissy is that? Okay, your love is invaluable to the art and to those around you. Even though you may not always see the positive effect your love has on others, trust for it does. Each time you offer love through a loving gesture, thought or word, you plant a seed of love, and love always generates more love. Trust and continue your loving work. You radiate it. Hi, Mariam. Can you read me, please? Yes, give me a question. You radiate it, right? I think we have talked about self-love here, but the more you love yourself, the more you raise your vibration, right? Today I was listening to Sarah Jakes. I haven't listened to her in a long time. And even though I'm not Christian, I don't go to church, I love listening to Sarah Jakes Roberts, right? And that I could just feel my energy, my vibration just raise as I am listening to her. I can feel it from my stomach, right? So that it radiates out, and I can even feel that shift here as I am talking, and even myself, how I look in the camera and how I feel just sitting here. So yes, so if you want to make peace with that person, make peace with yourself. If they hate you, be okay with it. If they love you, be okay with it. If they don't want to talk to you, be okay with it. Right? No matter what they do, just be fine with it. Jalen, Jaja said, can you read me? Jaja, let's do the Isis. Let's do the Isis oracle and see what comes in. And then after that, I will do Jalen. Jalen, I think for you, the how to love yourself would be good. JB Jame. I knew that was Gambian from Italy. Yes, I think Jalen, was it Jalen? Yes, Jalen. Jalen, for you, it's how to love yourself. Because if you, the moment you ask if somebody is going to leave you, Amina, hi Amina K. The moment you ask if somebody is going to leave you, there's a lack of self-love there. Because you need to be at a point where you're so okay with yourself. If the person leave, you are absolutely fine. You open the door for them to let them go. So if you're asking if somebody would leave you, there's a lack of self-love, lack of self-acceptance, lack of just being okay with yourself, being alone. There's something lacking there. And that is just from my personal experience and how I have experienced that, because that screams a lot of abandonment issues, right? Being afraid of somebody leaving you. I said one kind, but I feel another. The spirit of Isis is what came out. The spirit of Isis and the wings of Isis. Okay. Spirit of Isis, beloved, intuit, intuit. There are times to surrender and let go, but there are never times to give up. And that's you, Jaja. Persist with your bold faith and inspired action until the impossible happens. Isis has the spirit of triumph, and she will never fail in her quest, no matter how bold or impossible it seems. Let her inspire you. Believe, which is there's a time to surrender, but never give up. There's a time to let go and never give up. Keep going. Inspired action is basically, we might think inspired action as time to do something, but that can also be resting, because letting go and surrendering, there's an aspect of being able to rest there, which I myself have an issue with sometimes, where I have this inspiration to rest or this inspiration to listen to a certain type of music, but then I'm trying to force and push myself to continue doing certain work. And that doesn't always end well, because that is when I get drained or agitated, irritated, frustrated, right? Because the inspired action is to just rest. Hi, Amina, thank you. Is to just rest, right? But I want the inspired action to be something else, which is a part of surrendering and letting go. The wings of Isis, you have a special spiritual relationship with the angelic worlds. Part of your soul purpose is to birth angelic consciousness and values such as fearlessness, compassion, and service into the human culture. This oracle also brings you angelic assistance, intervention, and confirmation. Amy Firefire, that's somebody who really knows me. So, fearlessness, compassion, and service. It's interesting. I posted about this today on my threads, being fearless, and angelic assistance and intervention and confirmation. How is Amina? How does this resonate with you, Jaja? Um, Compassion and service. Every time I hear compassion, the first thing that comes to mind is compassion to oneself, compassion to yourself, to be able to give it out to people out there, right? So it's not always having compassion for everybody around you, because well, there's a saying that the best way, I'm going to paraphrase the way it's coming to my mind, the best way you can help me is by helping yourself. I just remember the washing machine is on. Let me know if the noise, but I guess it's fine. It doesn't come on, right? The best way you can help me is by helping yourself, because when you help yourself, it's very easy to help anybody else. Everything I'm talking about here is because I did it for myself first. And that is how, when somebody says something, it sparks something in my mind of my own experience, because either I've went through it or I have healed it, right? So the three main things is surrender, don't give up, well, four, let go, and having compassion. The more you have compassion, the more you open you are. The more open you are, um, yeah, angelic intervention. You can take that anyhow you want, or whatever you believe in, because that can sound, or it can be defined as different things for different people. I have a I have some crystals with angelic dust. It resonates with your personal life a lot. Yes, yes, definitely. So that work is inward. You're very welcome. So that work is within you, is inside, right? And then you can do it outwardly. Jalen, I remember your name. Are you still here? I'm good with names. I'm good with remembering things. Sometimes. Oh, Jalen, yes, you're still here. Sometimes. But I've come to learn, because of childhood traumas, I've forgotten a better part of my childhood. Most of my childhood. Okay. So, Jalen, I said I would do how to love yourself, because you are asking about somebody leaving you. But it's not about the person. It's not about the person. It's about yourself. Are you leaving yourself trying to run after somebody else, or trying to hold on to someone else? Are you letting go of yourself? Trying to find love in other places, or with somebody else, or another human being, because you have to be okay with them leaving you, because everything is going to leave us, and everybody is going to leave us. It's just a matter of when are they going to leave. That's a lot of cards. Okay, my headphones are falling. Hi, Isaac. It's been a while. Nice to see you around. One card, just one card, please. Jalen's question is bringing all the cards. Just one. One. I'll do one more shuffle or two, and if nothing comes out, I'll just spread it and take one. All right. Well, still two came out. This is the third time the two cards are coming out, so I'll take the two. It's about yourself, Jalen. It says, I love myself totally in the now. See that? I love myself totally in the now. Healing means to make whole and to accept all parts of myself, not just the parts I like, but all of me. The the person that you're asking if they're going to leave you, let them go. I know that's not what you want to hear. I know you want to hear, you want confirmation. You want me to say, no, they are not going to leave you. If you do this, they're going to love you more. Leave them and love yourself more than you want to hold on to them. Hold on to yourself more than you want them to stay. And if they stay, wonderful. If they leave, wonderful. And that is not what you want to hear. I know. And the next one is, I rejoice in my unlimitedness. I am aware that I am pure consciousness. I am one with all life. There are times, there's a saying that people come into our life for a reason or a season. And sometimes when we hold on to people, it stops a lot of good things from happening or coming into our life, right? And this is not just me saying that. I actually went through that very question of not wanting certain people or a certain person to leave my life, wanting to hold them to them, wanting to know, are they going to leave? When are they going to leave? And that has something to do with abandonment issues, which is something that you can look into. Abandonment issues stems from childhood traumas, whatever happened in your childhood, or even sometime in your teen years or in your adulthood, losing people, right? Every time you have a friend, you lose them. Something to do with parents not being there or being with you. Something. Now, when you dig deeper, you will find that. I am saying that person you are asking if they're going to leave you, you leave them. Not tell them, okay, I leave you, you go. No. Within yourself, whatever you're holding on to, let everything go. If it's going to fall apart, let it all fall apart. Let everything go, but you hold on to yourself. Don't lose yourself. Feed your soul. Love yourself. Start doing the things that uplift you, that encourage you, that make you feel better. You begin to change. And if the person stays, then it's meant to be. And you can walk through whatever you have to walk through. And if the person doesn't stay, then it was meant to be. They were supposed to leave. And there's a possibility they are supposed to leave. And you don't want them to leave. You are holding on to them. There's a 90% chance they're supposed to leave. Right? So the important one here is I love myself totally. Jalen, this one. I love myself totally. Yes. Yes. Let them go. And find you again. You come back to you. Get to the point where people ask, is Jalen going to leave me? And Jalen not asking if the other person is going to leave me. That's where you want to be. You want to be the one that people are trying to hold on to, not you holding on to them. Okay. Deborah said, can I get a read? And Amina, are you still here? Let's see. Amina, how about the African goddess rising? If you're still here. Ajifatu. Fatu. My grandmother's name is Fatu. She passed away. She's my number one ancestor. Okay, she's not here. Amina didn't respond. Good evening, Yuma. Okay, Deborah, choose one. Which one would you like, Deborah? Where I am located? Why does it matter? I'm located in the Gambia, West Africa. Deborah, do you want the African Goddess Rises or Isis Oracle? The green one, this one. This is my favorite deck. I resonate greatly with this deck. Okay. So I'll use the book as well. It comes with a book. In Gambia High School? Wow. When I was the problem child in the school, Gambia High nearly expelled me. That's why I left Gambia High. A lot of people don't know that. I left Gambia High only because they wanted to expel me. They were tired of me. Gambia High was so tired of me. And then those would not take me again. And that's why I went to Marina International. I thought you were Senegalese. Yeah. Every Gambian is a Senegalese. Every Gambian has a Senegalese side and every Senegalese has a Gambian side. Because it was one place, it was one country before the English and the French divided it. So we have a home in Gambia and we have a home in Senegal, Ngor. Okay, Deborah. Deborah, you have a question. Ask it in your heart. You don't have to write it. But you have a question. There's something you want to ask. There's something you want to know. I'm not a psychic. I just say what I feel. I've always been like that. But now I'm just more in touch with it. Right? So I just have a feeling that there's something you want to ask. And if it's wrong, then you can put it in the chat and say it's not right and then correct me. But if it's right, don't write it in the chat. Just ask it in your heart. And then when the card comes out, you would know if it resonates. I hope everything is fine with you. I will get a reading. Yes, you will. Sarah Kali. I like Sarah Kali a lot. So this one is truth. And this one is divine lineage. So there's truth and there's divine lineage. Seems people are home. I'm down in the basement here. And they don't know I'm live. So if you hear tum tum tum, they're probably upstairs. 34. I hope everything is okay with you, Deborah. I feel heavy. Maybe it's just me, but I feel heavy. Okay. And Nundi is the goddess of Benin. And here it says, get real. What is your truth? Truth telling matters. Being able to hear the truth matters just as much. Tell the truth. Each person has their own version. Speak yours. Words have impact. The way I'm feeling this is wanting to speak up, but not being able to speak up. Like this. One, like blockage, like throat chakra, wanting to speak your truth. Like there's something that you know the truth deep within yourself. You want to speak it, you want to talk about it, but for some reason there's something just holding you back, right? Maybe you don't want to be judged, you don't want people to think you're crazy, whatever it is, but just holding back yourself, maybe way too much. Remember that we all have triggers. Think before you speak and listen with compassion. Be gentle and stay calm in truth-telling conversations. Being able to tell your own truth, your own personal truth. And if this is wrong, if this is not how you are feeling it, Deborah, let me know. Yeah, that is true. My throat chakra is the main. Yes, right? Being able to speak your truth. The blockage is sometimes having that uncomfortable feeling within yourself that if I say this, they are going to hate me. If I say this, they are not going to like me. Right? But like I said in the beginning, maybe before you join, you have to be okay with that. Say exactly what you mean, say exactly what you feel, and leave it at that. Now, I had to train myself to do that as well. And what I do, I made peace with the fact that I'm not a small talk person. If it comes to it, I can do it. But I'm not a person that you sit around and have small chit chat talk. I would rather just sit and be quiet and not talk. I'm fine being quiet and not talking to anybody. But for a long time, I couldn't speak my truth. When I started doing these lives, I talked about how I have had all these ideas. I've gone through all these journeys for years, doing spiritual work on myself, doing work on myself for about 10 to 13 years, right? And I've always had this nudge to come on live, but never been able to just come on live because I'm always thinking, what are people going to think? What are people going to say? Right? Me with these cards, and then people coming on and saying that, oh, the devil or whatever. So I couldn't speak up. A practice that I had to do and be okay with is what comes to me, I say it. If it's wrong, I get corrected. At that point that I say it, I might not want to be corrected and I might retaliate, but I'm okay with that. And then eventually, as I continue the self reflection, I get to see where I am wrong and I get to see where I am right. But I will say what I want to say when I want to say it. And also being able to feel, is this the right time or not? If somebody does me wrong and I want to get back at them, first I would check in with myself. Is this the right time? If it is, I'll speak my truth. Very short. Don't scream, don't shout, don't get angry. Say what you have to say and move away and let it go. Sometimes you feel you want to speak so much. That is the time to not speak. Let it sit. You sit with it. Check in with yourself. And there's always the right time to say something. And when that time comes and you're able to just unleash and say it, it feels completely different. Right? So It's a gradual practice, little by little. Somebody asks, you have your truth, you say it. They think you're crazy, be okay with it. They don't like you, be okay with it. They dismiss you, be okay with it. But you say what you want to say when you want to say it. The second one is divine lineage, and that's Sarah Lakali. It reminds me of Kalima. 12. Let's see what she says. Okay. No, that's the wrong one. The seven sisters came. Why did the seven sisters come up? Okay. Your ancestors protect the Holy Grail. The Holy Grail is you. Divine ones walk beside and within you. Trust. There's this quote that when you enter a room, yes, learn to speak your truth. It's liberating. There's a lot of, not saying this as a way of scare or anything. There's a lot of diseases and internal stuff that happen when you're not able to speak up, because it has to go somewhere. Either you speak it out or it is working something within yourself. It's depression, stress, back pain, heavy heart, being down. So many things happen internally because there's a lot of things being stuffed inside. So here, divine ones walk beside and within you. Trust. There's a quote that says, when you enter a room or walk like you have 200 ancestors behind you, walking with you. Your ancestors want to remind you that you are not alone. They are rooting for you. They ask you to honor your spirit guides, and call upon the power of the divine. Create or nourish your ancestral altar or shrine. Unbury your ancestors. Speak their names. Your divine lineage ancestors may be blood related or culturally or spiritually connected, which is true. I just mentioned my grandmother, right? Aji Fatu. Here, my grandmother, her name is Fatu, and she passed away. Something always happens to me whenever I see her picture. And I'm not talking about seeing her picture and it feels like, oh, I miss her. No, like spiritually. I always have something happen to me when I see her picture. The same goes for my grandfather as well. He passed away. Most of my healing journey and breaking generational curses, most of these happen every time I look at the pictures of my grandparents, back to my great great grandmother on my father's side. When I see their pictures, something always happens. So you can call the Orishas, the African Orishas. This is the African goddess rising, this one that I'm reading for you from. You can call them your ancestors, but there's also blood relation, right? That can be your ancestors, and speak their names. Whatever it is you want to say, that you're afraid of speaking your truth, that you're afraid of talking about, you can always start by calling the names of your ancestors. It says they can be blood related or just spiritually related. One person for me that is spiritually related and not blood related is Santa Muerte, the lady of death, the skull. I absolutely love and adore Santa Muerte, though I don't speak Spanish. Most of the things I can't understand, so I had to learn about it, but I'm very well connected to the spirit. and everything about Santa Muerte, especially the dark side of Santa Muerte. So when I want to break negativity, a mantra that I would say is Santa Muerte, I call on. I'm actually uploading a meditation of Santa Muerte that I recorded with my own voice so I can listen back to it. Santa Muerte, I call on you. Help me break negative emotions, negative ways of thinking, negative patterns. So I would just call on her and say this and say it and say it and say it. So by the time I have all these negative thoughts coming, I'm already aware that the negative thoughts are coming and I can just let them go. All right. The lady in blue, was a lady or a guy? You're very welcome, Deborah. I hope that helped. Linger, Jay, who are you? Tell us a little about yourself, please. I am me. That's it. I am you and you are me. Linger. Okay. BG Triven. I don't know what to choose for you. I have other cards, but I would show these for you, to you. The Isis, Osset Egyptian, African Goddess Rising, or the Guardian Angel cards. So you choose one. Oh, Nyima. Yes. It was Nyima Force before Triven. Nyima, I'm sorry. Nyima, I am sorry. BG Triven. I think I'll do this one for you. Even though it wasn't part of the cards that I... Hip Hop Queens. I don't know why. But if you want to change it. Okay, let's do Nyima. And then we do BG Triven. And that'll be the end of it for today. Nyima, which one do you want? Which card do you want? That I can pull one for you. BG Travis said those two. You want two decks. Two different decks. Nyima, which one do you want? Among the ones that I've shown and that I have done. This one? The Egyptian one? Oh, are you talking about? Yes, the Egyptian one. This is the Osset Egyptian Oracle deck. A friend gave me this deck. And it's one of the, apart from the regular tarot, this one is one of the smoothest decks that I have had. It's smooth. Okay. Let's see. One card. Just one card. One. For Nyima. Should I take it or shuffle again? Should I take it or keep shuffling? Take it. Creating and writing. Hi, Bintasilla. You are beautiful, mashallah. Thank you so much. This one says creating and writing. Creating. Sisha. Sishita. Sishita. That's a tongue twister. My S and R's don't go very well. Okay, let's see. Let me find it. Sishita. She wears a 7-layered star on her head. Come now, listen to me as we construct plans together for your next project and your future life. Your success is my joy, and the star energies from Cyrus will add light to this project. For as I create the heavens, for as I create the heavens, I will create you as my next star. Few know how to connect to my starry energies, but those like you who do will succeed in this life and then become a star in the sky, never to return to the harsh earth as human once you are blessed by Sashita. What's coming to mind for that? Oh, I knew you back home in Gambia, but then you disappeared. Nice to see you again. I actually didn't disappear. Yama, do you do private reading? Yes, I do private readings. We're updating the sign up link, but I have one right now in the link in my bio. So you can, if you want a private one, you can do that. You can use that one. Nima, yes, what came to mind when I was reading that is that, and I experienced this personally, and it connects very well to what Bintu is talking about, that I disappeared. There's a point that you get to your spiritual journey, and I say spiritual because the deeper that you go within yourself, you know that you are spirit. There's a point where you go, you can see the difference between where you are spiritually and those that are in the worldly, earthly, right? It is what some people would call 3D, 5D, 4D. It's a thing because you get to a point where even when people speak, you know you have transcended that point. All right. So the more you connect with the goddesses, the Egyptian goddesses, the African goddesses, and all that, you get to that point where there's an ascension happening, there's an elevation, you are at a different point, never to return to the harsh art as human once you're blessed by Sashita. That's what's coming. Spiritual ascension, mentally, emotionally, physically, where you can actually see what many around you are not able to see. So the universe is pouring its abundance upon you now, so stop and collect it. Abundance is all around us, but we've been taught. Really, what I'm feeling about this is the difference between the spiritual world, the earthly world, being able to see abundance everywhere. Like the saying goes, money is everywhere. The buildings you see are money. This is money. Everything is money. So when you're able to see that, it changes how you look at things. And for love, a divine star soulmate is coming into your life to be a lifelong friend and lover. For me, soulmate is always ourselves. We are our soulmate. Yes, there was a time I thought soulmate as the world explained to us what soulmate is. But the deeper you go, the more you're able to see you are your soulmate. I am my soulmate. Because whoever I get as a friend or as a lover, they're basically a reflection of me. So I don't bash friends, I don't bash ex-lovers. I never talk bad about those people because at the time that I had them, they were a reflection of me, of my energy, of the way I thought about myself, how I felt about myself, how I talked about myself. So at that point, they were my soulmate because I was them and they were me. They were just reflecting back. Care for 259 starting. Can you tell me more? What may come of them? Okay. I could read more, but Nima, yeah, I could read more, but that's the stars are looking good for the whole family, and a time of harmony is indicated. Your future is written in the stars, so focus on the greater purpose of your life for now, and success will be yours. That is how I am, yeah, feeling it or seeing it. Right, it's basically going to the point. Yeah, okay, that's great. I'm glad it resonates, being able to see the difference where the moment somebody speaks, I'm not talking about judgment, but intuitively you can feel where they are. You can feel where they are. Okay, last one. um there are a few more people who said to read them. Yes, BJ Triben. There's few more people to say who said to read them, but I've been here for an hour. So yes, you are next, and you're the last one. But I'll be doing this more, right? Because it was requested a lot. I think hip hop queens, but you said choose just one. You said which one? Did you say this one? Yes. Sometimes you feel things before they happen. That's your intuition telling you. That's your intuition telling you. If it's negative, you have the power to cancel it. I am learning that. I mean, I learned that before, but then I didn't tap into it. Now I'm tapping into that more. If it's hip hop queens, yes. If it's something negative and something that you don't want, you can cancel the negative thought. You can cancel it. I've seen this happen in my own life where I really felt something bad was going to happen. But every day, my affirmation was to cancel the negative thought, cancel the negative behavior, and you have the power to cancel it. And it never fails. It absolutely never fails. There's something happening societally, right? I'm not to control it, yes. I'm not going to pinpoint exactly what, but there's something happening societally with a particular person, and I'm sort of connected with them, and I just kept thinking, with the way things are, something is gonna happen. Something is gonna, and it did happen. recently. I just kept feeling it. And this one person, this is probably the second time I felt something was going to happen. And it happened. And I wish I was personally connected with them where I could say things, but I'm not. So, Linear will do this again. Um, BG Triven is the last person. I've been talking for 1 hour now, but I will save this on my YouTube. Exactly, Nima. Yes, you're very welcome. I'll save this on my YouTube and you can come back and watch it again. Um, if you do have any questions, I might not be able to do a reading like this, but I spend a lot of time on my threads. You can ask me a question there. I will answer you as honestly as I can, or when I come back on live. I want to promise a day, but I've realized doing that doesn't work. So I'm not going to. But I'll be doing more of these. Okay. One card. Okay, two more shuffles. Just one card. One card. Let's do one more. And if it doesn't come off, then I'll spread it and just take one. What is this? The life is ending in 4 minutes. Oh, TikTok does that. I never knew that. Oh, I was about to say, are you South Sudanese? I could be. I would love to be. Hey, Sister Soldier. Power, girl. Sister Soldier. This is the first time I'm getting this card. And I have had this card for what? This deck for about 2 years or so. Yeah. Sister Soldier. Marvelous. Yeah, I love Sister Soldier. I have a very old video of her on my TikTok. I posted it, I think, last year. Okay, let's read. This one gives their background, but I'll just go to the message instead of the Sister Soldier. Impact, persuasiveness, force, engagement, activism, community service. If you are feeling a gravitational pull to change the world, there's a reason for it. It doesn't have to be on a grand scale. Like Sister Soldier, you can slowly move upward until one day you make a massive impact. This is absolutely true. You will never know until you try. But pulling this card is a sign that it's time for some action. What's coming to mind is there's a talk that I listened to between Oprah Winfrey and Maya Angelou. And Oprah Winfrey was talking about her impact. And Maya Angelou was telling her that something like, you will never know your impact because it's in each person that you touch that you've never come across or never talked to, something like that. I'm paraphrasing, but there's an episode of Oprah talking to Maya Angelou, and Maya was telling her that the impact is not usually at a grand scale. It's everybody you come across on an everyday life. And I know this because personally in my own life, before I was much more aware of this or okay with it, I would have people tell me that whenever they come around me, they just feel okay. They just feel at peace. But at that time, I wasn't really at peace with myself. So I didn't know what they were talking about. I would have friends, boyfriends, come to my house and fall asleep. Fall asleep. And I'm just there frustrated. Why are these people always falling asleep? And it's when I understood just how I curate my environment. It's healing to a lot of people, but for me it was just normal. And because of my environment, I had to get to the point where I could create my own environment to be soothing, to be at home for myself. And when I saw how that impacted people, that's why my slogan is creating a home for those who never felt at home. Because I never felt at home. Even when I was at home, I never felt at home. You will never know until you try, but pulling this card is a sign that it's time for some action. Link with some community groups or form your own. The best part of being an agent for change is that there is no wrong way to do it, as long as you think like a soldier and keep your boots on the ground. Yes, definitely. Definitely. Because usually the biggest impact is just you being at peace, at peace with yourself, being okay with yourself, and meeting somebody in your everyday, day to day life who is in turmoil or needs your voice or a word from you at that point, and maybe one thing that you say completely shifts them. Let me give you a story of that particular event happening to me. And this was in New York. When I was in New York, I was on the train station. And there was this guy, I think I mentioned this before. There was this guy, he was on the train and he was asking for some change, right? But then nobody gave him change. It wasn't a lot of us in the train. Nobody gave him change. I personally did not have any cash to give. The other people on the train, I don't know. But he just lost it. Started screaming on the train, got very angry, cussing all of us out. It just so happened, I think that it was in Brooklyn. I was going to the Grand Army Plaza at the library. I got off, he got off, and I stopped him. And I was like, everything is okay. You don't have to get angry. And then I just touched his hand, and and he just, woo, all the pain. You live in Brooklyn, look at that. All the pain he had inside of him just unleashed. I'm asking for help. Nobody's wanting to help me. People don't talk to me. They're looking at me and they're judging me. And people don't like me. Every time I come on the train, I ask for help. Da, 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 da. He just started screaming. on the platform of the train station. And I told him, you're not alone and we care because I stopped to talk to you and I was on the train card with you, right? I don't have any cash, that's why I didn't give you. But whenever I get on the train and I have cash, if people are asking, I would give them. And I told him, I said, like, especially you're a black man, you're a black guy. Obviously, I would give you if I had it, but I didn't have it. And I said, but imagine if the other people on the train, maybe they are broke, maybe they don't have cash, maybe they themselves, they might not be asking for money, but they need the money just as you do. And he stopped and he looked at me. It was like, nah, like just think about it. You don't know what people are going through, and nobody's judging you. I didn't have, that's why I didn't give you. But what if the other people on the car also did not have the money? And that's why they didn't give you. It has nothing to do with you. And don't give up. Just keep going. You never know where you will meet somebody who would ask you. We are not judging you. I am not judging you. Because if I was, I wouldn't stop to talk to you. This is when I understood what Maya Angelou was talking about your impact can be anywhere and doesn't have to be at a large scale. Right away, he switched what he was saying. He started calling me sister. It was like, yes, sister, you're right. Maybe I should go take a break, go take a walk. Maybe I could go read a book, go by the library and do something and just clear my mind. I was like, yes. Do that. Just go clear your mind, rest. If you have a place to sleep, go sleep, take a nap, and just think about it again and see how that goes. That situation, maybe it changed him, but it really changed me. Because I never thought I could talk somebody out of just losing their shit on the train station. And it's, you live in New York, you live in Brooklyn, you know Brooklyn, especially Crown Heights, going to Grand Army Plaza. I never thought I could speak to somebody like that. But that situation, it really shifted my mind. So yeah, that is what it is. Okay. I am done for today. I've been talking for 1 hour, 12 minutes. Here hurts. Like I said, I'm always the person who can sit and never talk. But I'll save this live on my YouTube. I'm not going to post it on TikTok. You're very welcome. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. The more I talk about this and connect with people, the more it heals me. Because I can hear myself speak, and that's healing to me. I'll be back here. We will do this again. Afrocentric is a regular, so I stopped promising on the days and the times that I come, because it doesn't always work like that. So I'll be back here. But if you do have any questions or you want to talk to me, send me a message. TikTok, Instagram, you can send me a message. I spend a lot of time on Threads, simply because on Threads there's a whole community that's just absolutely amazing of people getting better and doing better self-development. And so I really love it there. I enjoy it there. You could just comment and anything, and I would respond. Somebody asked me about private reading. Yes, I still have that link in my bio on all platforms. It's being upgraded and updated. So when that happens, I'll let you know. But there's still a link if you want something private. If not, I'll be back here and you could just put your question and I'll answer them. You too, Afrocentric. Always a pleasure to have you here. Enjoy your weekend and have a wonderful, wonderful time. I'll see you when I see you again. You're very welcome, Yuma. Bye bye.